everyone, it's Chris, aka Biggest Rebel. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do a kind of draw this in your style challenge. I know, like 3 years too late. The artist we'll be recreating from is IU from Twitter. Their handle is at Baby Duck Enema, and I'll leave their link in the description below. So I chose this piece of art because I really liked it. The character is beautiful, and I was just really drawn to the bright colors of the design, as well as different elements like the hair and the accessories. I also think IU's style is very different from mine, which I think suits this challenge. I did originally narrate while drawing, but I decided to do a voiceover because I tend to ramble a lot, and you can also hear my AC in the background turn off and on a lot because it's dumb and loud. So first I'm inking with the Pilot Pocket Brush Pen Soft. This is one of my favorite brushes, and I've actually reordered it like 3 times, this being the 3rd time. And I do usually order from JetPens. The first time I ordered it was from JetPens, like doing a brush set sampler during Inktober. Now this isn't sponsored, but it could be. JetPens. Okay. Also, do you guys like to watch me ink, or like watching people ink in general? Should I do less inking and more coloring in these videos, or is inking okay with y'all? Because I really enjoy inking traditionally. I think I've mentioned this before in a previous video, but inking traditionally is just so satisfying, especially with brush pens, because I can get really nice and different line weights that I have trouble getting with digital art. Speaking of digital art, do y'all want to watch me draw digitally? I know I feel like I'm asking a million questions, but there's like 1,000,001 digital artists out there on YouTube, and you know what? I don't mind being 1,000,002. I'm probably gonna upload a video soon anyway doing digital art, so look out for that. I did also recently draw on my friend's iPad, shout out to Ethan, using Procreate, and it's just so weirdly satisfying watching my art come together. I also realized this is the first humanish character I've drawn on my YouTube channel. I do draw a lot of human characters too, so that's not on my wheelhouse, but I don't know why I don't draw them more. So this is just a close-up of my inking because I didn't realize how far zoomed out I was before. This is before we erase the pencil and get right into the coloring here in just a moment. So we're gonna let that baby dry, and I'll cut back to coloring here in just a moment. So now we're moving on to the coloring itself, which is definitely one of my favorite parts. And finding the right colors for this piece was a little difficult because I didn't have a purple that I felt matched the skin tone in the original piece. You'll see here in a moment, I feel like mine was a little more desaturated than the original piece. So finding the right colors was a little difficult, but I know I mentioned this before, but color matching is always kind of hard when you're going from digital to traditional art because you can't just color pick. And if you saw my Copic swatches, you know I do have plenty to choose from, but sometimes it can still be hard to find the right colors. So the only time I find that it's not as difficult is when you're color mixing, which I'm not, because I'm not great with watercolors. I'm no Casey Colden, but I'm still practicing. So hopefully we'll see if I do better in general. With watercolors, I do also have Poscas, which I know I did post a video of that as well, which is a lot of fun, but they're really flat colors. You can get gradients. I know Casey Golden again. Sorry for name dropping again, but she did a video, 2 different videos with tips on Poscas. I love Posca. I think it's Posca, not Posca. I don't know. I'm saying it that way. I love Posca pens, and I did do a piece with it, and I do blend with it, which you can see in that video as well. I'll link it somewhere. I don't know. But coloring in general is always one of my favorite parts, especially painting. So I do have fun choosing the colors and shading. I do love to shade as well. There's a lot that I actually cut out of this video because it's me just shading and shading and shading and shading and trying to get different tones and different values and stuff like that, which again is hard when you're just using markers versus when you're using paints where you can color mix and water it down or put more paint in it to make it darker. So that's something definitely to look out for. So I'm just gonna be quiet for a few minutes here while we finish up this drawing, and we'll see what's going on. The eyes were also kind of hard for me because I don't have like a way to make the pink brighter than the purple on there, which I thought was a really beautiful effect that IU did, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'm not good at pronouncing names. Again, I just wanted to draw because the colors were so bright, which I don't know if I did a good job on, but I had fun doing it. I had fun drawing her. I did draw her a few more times in my sketchbook just to try to get the character down, which I tend to do when I'm drawing anything. Including commissions and whatnot, I always tend to draw the character a few times just to get the hang of them, get their character, and all of that fun stuff there. All the shading and trying to get different values and tones here. So like I said, that's just part of the process, and I think this video was originally like 45 minutes because of that, because I just shade, which is just something that you have to do when it comes to marker work in general, but definitely with this piece. And then I do go in, this is the Neopica Deleter pen, again from Jet Pens, and their inking sampler. Again, not sponsored, but could be. This is something, and I think I mentioned before, just little tick marks and whatnot that I do, just try to give my work some texture to it. Sometimes I do go in with a fine liner and do that because it's just easier to get smaller marks than with a brush pen, which sometimes if I go a little heavy-handed, some of the lines will be a little thicker than others, which doesn't look good. And I'm just referencing again the original piece to see what the accessories look like or colored like, because I thought they were also really fun, so I wanted to include some of those as well. Overall, I thought this piece was really fun. I do wish I would have done it digitally because I feel like I could have matched the skin tone a little more. But you know, you live and you learn, and I had a lot of fun doing this anyway. So again, traditional art is always really fun. And if you don't do a lot of traditional art, which I'm not sure how much you guys do, for anybody here does this traditional art. I actually started with digital art when I first started arting in general. So getting into traditional art was really, really fun for me too. And then of course I have to add all this shinies to make her look shiny. I think I meant highlights and then make her look shiny, because that's a better way to say that. But yeah, I enjoyed this piece a lot. I thought she was really pretty, and shout out to IU at Baby Duck Enema on Twitter for letting me draw their character. She was really pretty, and I think she's gorgeous. And always make sure to sign your art. That's my watermark, Biggest Rebel. And I'm just gonna do a little close-up so you guys can see the finished piece, see a little bit more of the colors. And I just want to thank you again for watching this video. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and share. Thank you. Bye. Thank you again for watching, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.